next lesson, we're going to see how to insert and work with tables in Microsoft PowerPoint. To insert a table in Microsoft PowerPoint, you will go into first insert a blank slide, which is the slide that I'm going to work with my tables. Then I go to Insert menu. On the Insert menu, there's an Insert Table menu. This you will select the number of rows that you want in your table and the number of columns. I selected 4 number of columns, and in there selected the 4 number of rows for my table. The same way, I can go into the Insert Table menu and specify in here the number of rows and the number of columns that I need on my table. So that's actually the same concept. When you click in there, then you've got a table with 4 number of rows and the 4 number of columns. Now, what tools do we have to work with tables? If I select this column here and right click, I will have an option to go in and delete the column that I've selected. So if I click in there, then the column is deleted. The same way, if I select or click inside this row and then I go in and delete a row, so it will delete that row that I've selected. Now let me go in there and insert a column, so I can specify whether I want to insert a column at the beginning of the table and a column towards the right of my table. Now in this case, let me have in the text. Right, I've got the name of the employee and the ID number and the gender. So if I want, I realize that I've forgotten to insert a column where I might want to insert a surname, but I already have an ID. Then I can insert a column to the left of that particular column, which is ID. So I will have a blank column in between the ID and the name. Then I can go in and insert surname as the text in there, and I can then control my table, the size of my table, and I can also move my table around. Now if I want to insert another column to the right of this column that we already have, I'll go in and insert a column to the right. Then I've got another column inserted in there that I can type in there another text. Now the same way will happen with the rows. If I want to add row number 4 in here, I'll go in and insert a row below. Then I've got a different row added, and then I want to add a row above, then there's a row added above. Now let's see what other part of your table can you adjust. So if I select this rows in here and I want to put my heading for the table, I can right click there and I can merge the cells to make them one cell. So I want to merge this cells in a table, and then I want them to make them one column. So I click in there and my table should be merged into one column. Now I can put in there the heading of my table, which will then be employee table. Okay, I can let me just go quickly and then center align. Now I've got a table in my PowerPoint presentation added with columns and rows, and I can actually go in there and put in information in there. Right, now the other way of working with tables in Microsoft PowerPoint is to actually take a table from a Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel. In this example, I've got a table that's already done in Microsoft Excel. I can go in and import that table. The concept is the same. I can go in and just select the table. This is the inventory table that I've earlier prepared. I can go in and copy copy the table, go into Microsoft PowerPoint in my slide, and paste the table in there. So I just paste the table using any form of paste option, which is keep the source data, and then and so on. So I want to go in and say I want to keep the source formatting. That is the formatting that was done in Microsoft Excel. Now, once I've got my table in here, I can also manipulate it the same way as I do with the tables in Microsoft PowerPoint that are designed from Microsoft PowerPoint. I can go in there, and also if you look at this table, you'll see that there is kind of columns and rows, the number of columns and rows I have there. I don't have a column heading here. Then I can go in and insert a row above where I can then put in the heading. So I can also go in the same way, select the cells, and then merge the cells to get the heading. This one will be my inventory table. Okay, I will want to go in and just make sure that the text is a bit bigger, and then I call it inventory table. Okay, and I can still center align the text that I have in there. I can make the table a bit smaller, adjust it to fit in there. So I've got two tables in here. The one it's imported from Microsoft Excel, and the other one it's done from Microsoft PowerPoint. I can also go into this table and use the table design styles to actually make my table look a bit nicer. So I can go in and select any of my table design or the table's design styles in there. Then I've got my table designed in